Welcome. Today is Saturday, March 23rd, 2019. Here's what's what. The Under restaurant is 5 meters, 16 feet, underwater at Spengereid on Norway's southern tip. Under also means wonder in Norwegian. It opened on Wednesday for friends and family of the owners, with the first paying guests expected in April. It's Europe's first and the world's largest underwater restaurant with seating for 100 guests. Built like a rock formation rising from the sea, Under measures 34 meters in length and is designed to blend into the marine environment over time. Its rough concrete shell will act as an artificial reef for limpets and kelp. The restaurant has a large window so diners can see the sea life as they enjoy their meals. Artificial lights will be used to guide the fish and their prey near the viewing window. More than 7,000 people have made reservations for a meal Under, which can cost up to $430. Florida residents who leave their pets restrained and unattended during natural or man-made disasters could face up to a year in jail or a fine of up to $5,000 under a new measure approved by the Senate Agricultural Committee. The proposal, Senate Bill 1738, was in response to actions by pet owners during Hurricane Matthew, Irma, and Michael. During those 3 hurricanes, numerous dogs were left tethered to different things. This bill will give dogs a fighting chance. People found to have abandoned their pets during natural or man-made disasters would be charged with a first-degree misdemeanor of animal cruelty. As a dangerous storm approaches, many residents flee to safer areas and some leave their pets behind. The Palm Beach County Animal Care and Control Director reported that many pets are left chained to trees and parked cars as their owner left them behind to ride out the storm on their own. During Hurricane Irma, 49 dogs and 2 cats were rescued by animal control officers. In Palm Beach County, it's illegal for anyone to leave a dog tied up without the owner being present, but it is considered animal cruelty and a felony when done during a storm. Several local counties, including Miami-Dade County, have their own laws on the books about leaving pets tied up during storms. A man in Germany has been sentenced to life in prison after being found guilty of poisoning his co-workers' sandwiches over several years by mixing heavy metals into their lunches. The 57-year-old man was arrested after surveillance video showed him opening a colleague's lunchbox at a business in western Germany and putting a suspicious powder inside. Police said at the time the powder contained lead acetate in amounts that would have been sufficient to cause serious organ damage, and a search of the suspect's home uncovered further additional dangerous substances. Prosecutors said the man laced colleagues' lunches such as mercury and lead acetate between 2015 and 2018. 2 victims, aged 27 and 67, suffered chronic kidney damage from poisoning with lead and cadmium with a heightened risk of cancer for the rest of their lives. A 23-year-old trainee fell into a coma after ingesting mercury and has permanent brain damage. During the trial, a psychologist testified the 57-year-old wanted to experiment with toxins and how they affected his co-workers. Turning to birthdays for today, March 23rd. Richard Grieco is 54 today. Richard's an American actor and former fashion model. He's best known for his role as Detective Dennis Booker from the popular series 21 Jump Street, its spin-off Booker, and Marker. He also starred in various movies like If Looks Could Kill and Mobsters. Chaka Khan turns 66 today. Chaka is an American musician, singer, and songwriter. Her career has spanned nearly 5 decades, beginning in the 1970s as the lead vocalist of the funk band Rufus. Known as the Queen of Funk, she was the first R&B artist to have a crossover hit featuring a rapper with I Feel For You in 1984. Chaka has won 10 Grammys and has sold an estimated 70 million records worldwide. Rick Ocasek is 70. Rick's an American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer. He's best known as the lead vocalist, rhythm guitarist, and songwriter for the rock band The Cars. Research led by the University of Birmingham has found that increased levels of hormones, including testosterone, could cause a brain condition that can lead to blindness in women. Idiopathic intracranial hypertension, also known as IIH, is caused by high pressure in the brain with consequences from blindness to incapacitating daily long-term headaches. IIH was originally identified over 100 years ago, yet the cause of the condition has remained unknown, although there has been much speculation about why more than 95% of the total incidence is in women with obesity. Once regarded as rare, incidence of IIH is now rising dramatically in line with the global rise in obesity, and there has been a 150% rise in incidence in the last 10 years. Currently, there are very limited treatment options. John McAfee has been ordered to pay $25 million for the wrongful death of his former neighbor, Gregory Fowl, in Belize. However, much like several other lawsuits against him in the past 11 years, he's refusing to pay. McAfee was accused by Fowl's estate of paying a man $5,000 to torture and kill his former neighbor in 2016 for allegedly poisoning several of his 12 dogs. McAfee has denied the accusation, refused to cooperate with the authorities, and has refused to pay what he claims is the latest in a long line of frivolous lawsuits against him, which amount to some $200 million in judgments. An American figure skater has been accused of trying to intentionally injure her South Korean rival during a warm-up routine at the International Skating Union World Championship in Saitama, Japan on Wednesday. MARIAH Bell, age 22, was reportedly skating during a warm-up session when she collided into 16-year-old Lim Un-soo. Bell reportedly came up behind Lim and crashed into the 16-year-old South Korean, leading at her with Bell's skate. The collision caused Lim to suffer a gash on her leg. Lim was slowly skating on the edge of the rink after completing her turn. MARIAH Bell, who was scheduled to rehearse after Lim, suddenly kicked and stabbed Lim's calf with her skate blades. MARIAH Bell didn't apologize to Lim Un-soo after the incident and continued to rehearse for her routine. Lim had to be taken to get emergency medical treatment, but returned for the rest of her warm-up after getting the cut taped up. Lim's management has requested a formal investigation from the Korea Skating Union. The union has agreed to the request, but officials have refused to speculate on what actions might be taken against Bell if she's found to have been intentionally responsible for harming Lim. The two skaters had been training together in Los Angeles, and with Lim's agent claiming that Bell had been bullying Lim for months leading up to Wednesday's incident. A periodic table chart discovered at the University of St. Andrews is officially recognized as the oldest in the world by the Guinness World Records. The chart of elements, dating from 1885, was discovered in the University School of Chemistry by Dr. Alan Atkin during a clear-out. It was located in a large storage area under a lecture theater that was densely packed with chemicals and laboratory equipment left by professors who had retired over the years. It was with a bundle of old rolled-up teaching charts which were buried deep. It was clearly an early example after having it assessed by experts. It emerged to be unique, the earliest example of a display table. It's a find which has caught the attention of science enthusiasts around the world. Now, following the international media coverage of the find, the periodic table chart has been officially certified as the world's oldest by the Guinness World Records. Following the discovery in 2014, the periodic table chart was subsequently sent for authentication and to be preserved for future generations. Marking the International Year of the Periodic Table, the fully restored chart was unveiled at a special event at the European Parliament to celebrate 150 years of the periodic table in January 2019.